6 inches.
Yeah, is that all right?
That sounds lovely.
Fine?
That's a recording. Right, if you can just tell me your name and who you are for the tape, so I can just check your levels are okay.
Certainly. It's Ivan Bell, councillor, Hogh Ward, High Peak Borough Council.
That looks lovely to me. Well, if I can just start off by asking, you were an independent and you've decided now to sign up to a political party. I mean, it's not one of the established groups like the Conservatives, Labour or the Liberal Democrats. Tell us a bit about this new party and what it stands for.
It's called the Jury Party, and it's a party that operates policies without being a party. You know that the words, I'm still an independent and I act independently of everybody else, including jury party members.
So is it fair to say it's not so much a new political party, it's more a grouping of like-minded independent councillors, MPs, etc.?
Exactly. At the present time, it's more a national and international party, or grouping, if you like to call it that way, but eventually it will spread down to the roots level of councils and parish councils.
So what's the first elections that the jury team will be fighting?
The European markets, the EU MEP ones.
But you're not standing as an MEP, you're staying...
I've looked at it and I've decided that's a step too far for me. But I will support a jury party MEP.
And tell me, why is it different from the normal political parties? What makes it different from the Tories, Labour, Lib Dems?
The whole policy of it is that the party should be for the people, run by the people, and not for the party. This is the main thing. The Tory party, Labour, Lib Dems are all concerned with their own party. The elected representatives of any of the main political parties do not vote for the best interests of their party, of their constituents. They vote how the party wants them to. And there seems to be a lack of principles among all party members.
So have I got this right? It's about principles, not policies. So the people who sign up to the jury team can have different stances on tax, health, education.
Oh yes, yes. And I expect them to.
So what are the principles?
The three main principles are: the government should be run for the benefit of the people, the electoral representatives should vote according to the view which is best for the country, and the politicians should comply with the Nolan principles of public life.
And for people who don't know what the Nolan principles are?
These were a set of principles drawn up by the Nolan Committee, and the 7 principles on selfishness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty and leadership. And these encompass the normal manner that an ordinary person would like to see everybody, not only politicians, but ordinary people, live their lives.
And why do you think, you obviously think there is space for a new party or grouping in British politics. Why do you think people are going to sign up to this? Why do you think they're going to vote for it?
Because people are fed up. People don't like politicians anymore. They don't trust politicians, and the people have every reason not to. Recently we've seen ministers claiming expenses and then saying, well, Parliament allows them to, etc., etc. And it's all dirty to my mind. Politics at the moment are dirty.
And I mean, you've said in a statement that you hope that the majority of people who voted for you will forgive you for joining a party which
Yes.
has the same inherent principles that you do. But I mean, wouldn't the sort of decent thing to do be wait till the next time you're up for election and then stand and just so people can vote for you on that platform rather than... I know people get very frustrated when people change their groupings or parties in between an election because it's for the people to decide.
Exactly. And I thought long and hard about this, but since this party, the Jury Party, represented all the things I believed in and all the things I stood for at the times I was elected, I really thought if I am open about this and tell people about this, they will understand what I'm doing. If there'd been any way I would have had to obey a party, a political party, in how I thought and voted, I would not have joined that party.
And are there any other people in the High Peak area who you know of signing up?
I've heard of quite a few individual members who have signed up, and I'm hoping a lot more will, especially after this broadcast.
You're not expecting any defections from the major parties?
I can't say. I would be naming people really who are quite private about the erection, and they think to go.
And just for background, who's set this up?
It was several people, but the main person who caught my eye was Martin Bell, an independent, who still is an independent, but he helped set this party up. And in all of my elections, I've quoted Martin Bell and said I would like to be similar to him and behave similar to him. So mainly because of his influence on me, I decided that this was the right way to go.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us about it.
Can I just say one thing more about it? The main thing is there is no party whip. And this whipping has spread down from Parliament right down to local level, even at parish councils.
So there's nobody instructing you on how to vote on any particular issue?
No. If I can just finish with a quote on that. On most votes, it would be simpler and more economic to keep a flock of tame sheep and from time to time drive them through the lobby divisions in appropriate numbers. I know that's putting it a bit lightly, but this is how I feel, and really it's a very true statement that was made by a Tory member of Parliament in 1946, and it still applies today.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing what your fellow councillors from the other parties have to say about this. Thank you very much for coming in and talking to us.
Well, thank you.